My wife got an envelope from Joel Osteen in the mail, and I loved it. It said, "No more fear," on the outside of the envelope. And then she opened it up, and there was a card that said, "You don't have to live in fear anymore." It was really a very, very powerful message for me, because fear is the one thing that really holds me back when I allow it to. I mean, everybody in this world has fear in some level or another, because the world is so temporary and full of danger at every step. I mean, if somebody doesn't have fear, then they're probably on some kind of intoxication or something. Fear, healthy fear, drives us to do things that we need to do for our survival. But what Joel is saying is fear doesn't have to rule your life anymore. And I say the same thing. That is the utility. Utility is the power of a spiritual system. So the question obviously comes, how to not live in fear? How does one live? That is really the question, my friends. Fear exists, but fear is not the sum total. What is fear? The words that are printed on the page can point in the direction to life without fear. But it's hearing the messages that inspire one in the heart to believe. Thus comes to the place where we have to believe in our bones. We have to believe it deep, deep in our bones. Because this world will cheat us. This world is made of cheaters and cheated. We're cheating ourselves by our desires, by looking out into this world and wanting to have a part of it for our own self, for our ownership. We're leaving that behind, friends. Being fearless is not having less fear. Less is not enough when facing a monster like fear. Because if we really do fear anything, it would be that we would be breaking some higher moral code, some value greater than we are. Fear that our existence might be in some way disharmonious with the whole. That fear may be good. That fear may lead us to strive on the right path. But ultimately, fear can never set oneself free, even in spiritual reality. Fear of a spiritual negative outcome can't be used as a basis for true morality. Spirituality must incorporate spontaneity. Spontaneity is the gift of the soul. The soul is an eternal part and parcel of the Supreme Soul. Those two exist simultaneously in the heart. That is why accessing through the art of these Sri God, this is more than just dancing and chanting. But where it's performed is really the question of how to become fearless. It's not on the sidewalks, it's not just in the homes, it's on the street. Because that's where the infinite ocean is. That's where there are people that know nothing about the song of God. Wandering in this world, waiting for the next bite. If somebody has realized the absolute truth within themselves, God and the super soul, and which is God, the super soul, the Param Atma, the Supreme Atma, and the infinitesimal Jiva soul, both within the heart. If they have it, how could they express to anyone what is beyond the material mind. The material mind can't understand it. This is the foundation of the Bhagavad Gita, the first principle to understand. It's inconceivable. That is why the dancing is a spontaneity that allows the chanting to be felt deeply. The chanting in and alone of itself can satisfy the mind, the senses, but what can satisfy the soul? It's stepping into the face of the unknown, onto the street, to sing and dance. And the dance that we do in the city is creating this opening of the heart where the soul can be seen. That is what this is. That is why this is the protection. This is the life force. This is the treasure of the alchemy within us that supports us, that nourishes us. This is the fearlessness, this object in my hands. Because I make it, because I align myself, and then when I stand and I chant and I move this, then I unlock the miracle within me. That is the remembrance of the Supreme Being. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. As I move the stick, I'm chanting one mantra. Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. See? So the stick and the mantra chanting is the connection of the different parts of my spiritual and physical being. And the dancing is what manifests as a result, which is the stepping of the legs behind to center and behind in the other way. The combination of the two is ecstatic, and take it to the streets, my friend, because that is service to the divine. It is the highest, and it is that simple. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Just stamping the feet, stamping the legs. This is the basis of all yoga. The body, the mind, and the soul. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. The knees get higher. This is important, activating the hip flexors as the staff unwinds the upper body. The legs activate and become more Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, in a stepping movement with the toes and a hopping. So now the energy is going from the toes all the way up the thighs to the hips and connecting through the spine with the arms, and the stick is keeping the total balance with the mantra Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. And then you could go the opposite side, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Every time you catch hold of the stick, you say the name, and the power of Krishna comes into you. That is fearlessness. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. And it's the greatest rebellion from the thinking mind, from the rational mind, which is the source of fear. It oversteps the thinking rational mind. But it has to be perfected. It has to be completely aligned. The mantra, the body, everything comes to this practice. With this practice alone, perfection is easily attained. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. That is the perfection of yoga, friends. And then both directions. And one does it silently. Audibly, dancing, stabilized legs, silently. That is smaran, remembrance. Remembrance of who we are. And that is the key to salvation. Whenever fear comes, remember who you are.